All right, so today we're going to dive into a really powerful short story by the legendary Rabindranath Tagore called The Homecoming. It's an absolutely heartbreaking look at the world of a teenager and that desperate, often totally misunderstood, search for a place to belong.
Tagore just lays it all out with this one sentence. It's the key to the whole story. This simple truth that is about to get twisted into something incredibly tragic. This is the paradise our main character is about to lose, and the one he'll do anything to get back to.
So let's meet him. Our guy is Phatik Chakravorti, and in his village, he's the ringleader. He's got all this restless energy, always the one with the next big idea for some mischief or adventure.
And we see exactly what he's like, right from the get-go. His latest brilliant plan? He's convinced his friends they should roll this massive log, one that's just waiting to be made into a boat mast, into the river. It's not really about being malicious, it's all for the fun of it, for the thrill of pulling a fast one on the log's owner. It shows you he's creative, a bit of a rebel, and definitely a leader.
But of course, there's a problem. And that problem is his younger brother, Makhan. He just wanders over and plops himself right down on the log, refusing to budge. I love how Tagore describes him like a young philosopher meditating on the futility of games. It's just a perfect image of stubborn defiance, and this is where the trouble really starts.
Well, Phatik can't exactly back down in front of his whole crew, can he? So he yells out a new order. Roll the log anyway with Makhan on it. And they do it. Makhan, of course, tumbles right off, and what does he do? He runs straight home, wailing to make sure Phatik gets all the blame. And just like that, our first scene is over and Phatik is already in the doghouse.
Just as all this family drama is unfolding, a stranger shows up in the village. And this guy, well, he's about to become the person that Phatik's entire future pivots on. So it turns out this stranger is actually their uncle, Bishamber, visiting from the big city, Calcutta. And when their mother starts describing her two sons to him, wow, the picture she paints is just brutal. Phatik is a perpetual nuisance, while Makhan is as good as gold. You can just feel the favoritism, and you know that's something Phatik has been living with his whole life.
Hearing all this, the uncle comes up with what sounds like the perfect solution for everyone. He says, hey, why don't I take Phatik back to Calcutta with me? He can live with us and go to school with my kids. For the mother, it's a huge relief. And for Phatik, this is his golden ticket. This is his ultimate escape. Phatik is absolutely over the moon about this. He is so ecstatic to get out of there, he literally gives away all his treasures. His fishing rod, his big kite, his marbles, he gives them all to Makhan. It's this incredible act of generosity, but it really shows you just how desperate he is for a fresh start.
But, as you can probably guess, the dream of Kolkata doesn't quite live up to the hype. The new beginning Phatik was imagining turns out to be, well, pretty cold and lonely.
Right away, he learns his aunt is not thrilled to have him. She already has 3 boys of her own, and in her eyes, this unnecessary addition, this clumsy village lad, is a huge inconvenience. From the second he walks in the door, he's made to feel like he's a burden.
And here's where Tagore just nails the psychology of being a teenager. He steps back and explains how awkward it is to be 14. You're not a cute little kid anymore, but you're not a helpful adult yet either. You're just in the way. You're clumsy, your voice is doing weird things. It's a tough age.
But here's the tragic part. Beneath all that awkwardness, that's the exact age when you are just starving for love and for someone to notice you. Tagore says a boy like that would become a devoted slave to anyone who shows him a little kindness. But Phatik, he finds none. He's like a lost dog, totally adrift. So all that hope Phatik had just evaporates and turns into despair. The city, his aunt's house, it all feels like a prison, and a deep, painful homesickness starts to take over.
And isn't it ironic? The very place he couldn't wait to escape from now seems like paradise. He's dreaming of the open fields, the river, his friends. And here's the real gut punch. He even finds himself longing for his tyrant mother. That tells you everything, doesn't it? He'd rather face her anger than the cold indifference he's getting now. And school is no escape either. It's a total disaster. He's the dumb country kid who's hopelessly behind. He can't answer any questions, and he just sits there silently while the teacher canes him. He spends his days staring out the window, totally and completely alone.
One day, he finally works up all his courage to ask his uncle the one question that's been burning inside him. When can I go home? And the reply just shatters him. Wait till the holidays come. But the holidays are months and months away. For a kid who's drowning, that's like being told never. That last little door of hope just slams shut.
And that rejection is the final push. This is Phatik's breaking point. From here, everything starts to spiral downwards, and fast. We're heading into the final, tragic act of his story.
It all just falls apart. He loses his lesson book, his aunt calls him a clumsy lout, he starts to feel a fever setting in, and in a complete panic about being even more of a nuisance, he just runs. He runs away in the middle of a massive storm, trying to walk all the way home. The next day, the police find him, soaked, delirious, and burning up with a terrible fever.
And when they bring him back to his uncle's house, his words are just heartbreaking. He's sobbing, and he says, "I was just going home." That was it. That was his only thought in his feverish mind, to get back to the paradise he'd lost.
As the fever gets worse, his mind takes him back home. He starts crying out, reliving all those times he was misunderstood, pleading with his mother. "Don't beat me like that. I'm telling the truth." All the injustice and pain he's ever felt just comes pouring out.
His uncle finally sends for his mother. She arrives like a whirlwind, just a storm of grief and regret, throwing herself on his bed. But it's too late. All the love and affection he had craved his entire life finally comes pouring out. But it's only now, when he can't even see her.
He stirs one last time, and so quietly he whispers, "Mother, the holidays have come." In his mind, he's finally gotten permission. His holiday, his only escape, his final homecoming, is death.
So we're left with this lingering, really tough question. Phatik's story is a tragedy, no doubt. But who does the tragedy really belong to? Is it the difficult, misunderstood boy? Or is it the family, the adults, who were so wrapped up in their own lives that they couldn't see a child who was desperate for their love? It's a question about empathy, and it's what makes this story stick with you long after you've finished it.